Hello and welcome to Bedtime Tales, where we listen to gentle stories, relax, and drift into sleep. I'm Sam, and I want to thank you for joining me tonight. Today, we will enjoy a dreamy version of the story Beauty and the Beast. This story is designed to guide you into a peaceful sleep. I hope that every story on Bedtime Tales helps you release your worries. Fully relax and enjoy a deep, restful sleep. Now, close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and exhale slowly. Let your mind relax, and imagine the story we are about to share together. And now, let's begin our journey into sleep. Night had fallen over the small village, nestled beneath gentle hills, and soft raindrops fell outside the windows, creating a soothing sound like a lullaby. Beauty's house glowed warmly from the light of the oil lamp, everything peaceful and quiet, as if the whole world were resting together. Beauty was a young woman with a gentle heart and a kind soul. Each day passed in tranquility, among small gardens full of flowers and tree-lined streets. She lived with her father, mother, and two older brothers. But even with the daily chores, she always found quiet moments to take a deep breath and feel the slow rhythm of life. Tonight, as the rain tapped lightly against the window, Beauty sat by the sill, watching the droplets slide down the glass. She inhaled deeply and exhaled slowly. The rhythmic sound of the rain felt like soft music, helping her relax. She focused on each breath, each heartbeat, and let her mind drift along with the peacefulness of the evening. Beauty's father, a kind-hearted merchant, was preparing to return home after a long journey. He carried small gifts, stories from distant lands, and surprises he wanted to give his daughter. As he stepped out into the rain, his shoulders and hair dampened by the drizzle, Beauty watched his figure disappear into the rain-covered path. Her heart fluttered slightly with worry, but she stayed calm. Breathe in and breathe out slowly. Everything will be fine, she whispered to herself, while her father made his way through the wet forest paths. The trees rustled softly in the gentle wind, mingling with the sound of the rain. Beauty returned to her window seat. Sitting on the soft chair, she closed her eyes and imagined the story she would soon drift into in her dreams, a distant castle, lights twinkling through the rain, and a mysterious but gentle figure waiting for her safely. The house was filled with the scent of scented candles, blending with the rain and the soft wind outside. Beauty felt her body relax more and more. She breathed evenly, letting the slow rhythm of her breath guide her mind like tiny boats drifting on a still lake. With every exhale, she released any remaining worries in her heart. As the night deepened, she listened to each raindrop, each heartbeat, and felt a warm sense of calm spreading through her chest. She knew the story about to unfold would lead her into a gentle, peaceful sleep. She smiled softly, closed her eyes, and let her mind drift with gentle images, the misty forest, twinkling lights from afar, and a mysterious castle where everything was calm, safe, and welcoming. And then, in the quiet of the night, she imagined the castle doors slowly opening, a vast space, glowing softly, yet filled with warmth and security. Every step seemed slow and careful, guiding her from the real world into the dream world, where every worry and tension melted away. Beauty felt her breathing slow and steady, letting her mind follow the story she imagined. The rain continued to fall gently, like a soothing lullaby, leading her deeper into sleep. In that moment, she knew she was ready to embark on the magical journey that this night would bring. That night, as the rain fell lightly over the rooftops, Beauty's father walked through the small forest path leading home. The lantern light flickered on the wet leaves, creating tiny sparkling dots, like little stars dancing. Every step he took was careful, yet the ancient forest made him pause, listening to the soft wind rustling through the branches, mingling with the rhythmic sound of the rain. Suddenly, he realized he had lost his way. The familiar paths now looked different under the misty rain. But instead of panic, he inhaled deeply and exhaled slowly, reassuring himself that everything would be fine. He continued carefully, feeling the soft mud beneath his feet and the damp scent of the forest. As he wandered through the rain, he saw a castle appear in the distance, its windows glowing with warm golden light. The large building seemed mysterious, yet welcoming, as if inviting him to step inside. The rain falling lightly on the roof created a gentle melody, making him feel both curious and calm. He approached the castle, and the door opened as if by magic, without a single sound. Inside, the castle was vast but not frightening. The stone walls were slightly damp, lit by flickering candlelight reflecting off ancient paintings, creating a warm and cozy atmosphere. Beauty's father inhaled deeply and exhaled slowly, feeling the tranquility and peace surrounding him. Meanwhile, back at home, Beauty sat by the window, watching the rain fall steadily outside. She closed her eyes, imagining her father walking through the misty forest, each step light and careful on the wet ground. Her heart was filled with worry, but she knew she needed to stay calm, taking deep, slow breaths to feel the peace in each moment. As the morning mist lingered over the forest paths, Beauty decided she would find her father. She wrapped herself in a light cloak and walked lightly along the wet paths, inhaling the fresh scent of rain and foliage. Each step was gentle and slow, as if dancing to the rhythm of the lingering rain. After a short journey, she arrived at the castle gates. She paused, inhaled deeply, and exhaled, steadying her heartbeat and letting herself feel the safety and calm around her. The gate opened before her eyes, revealing a vast interior glowing with warm golden light, where everything seemed slowed down and peaceful. She stepped inside, each footfall gentle, her breathing calm and even. The air was warm and comforting, blending with the rhythmic sound of rain from the windows. She looked around at the ancient paintings, the flickering candles, and small charming objects waiting to be discovered. Everything made her feel relaxed and serene. Then she heard a soft sound, like someone walking slowly on the wooden floor. Beauty inhaled deeply, exhaled slowly, steadying her heartbeat. From afar, a figure appeared, but it was not frightening. A gentle, friendly creature moved slowly toward her, with kind eyes and a welcoming presence. In that moment, Beauty realized that this castle was not a place of danger, but a safe world, where she could let her mind and body fully relax, and where magical stories would begin. The rain continued to fall gently outside. Her breathing remained steady, and the warm light of the castle blended with the rain, guiding her gradually into the magical journey that awaited this night. Beauty stepped carefully across the wide, softly lit hall of the castle. Each footfall echoed gently, like a whisper, blending with the steady rhythm of the rain falling outside. The air inside was warm and fragrant, carrying the faint scent of candles and old wood. Comforting and familiar, she breathed in slowly and let the air out gently, feeling her heart calm with every exhale. As she wandered further, She noticed movement at the far end of the hall. A tall figure appeared, stepping slowly toward her. At first, she hesitated, her chest tightening slightly. But then she remembered to breathe. Inhale, exhale, and she felt the tension slip away. The figure approached with careful, deliberate steps. Its eyes were gentle, kind, and welcoming. Beauty realized immediately that there was nothing to fear here. The creature, this beast, did not radiate danger. Instead, there was a quiet warmth in its gaze, a quiet invitation to feel safe. "Hello," the beast said softly, his voice calm and steady, carrying no rush, no urgency, only patience. "You are welcome here." Beauty nodded, her own voice gentle as she replied, "Thank you. I just want to find my father, but I also feel safe here." The beast inclined his head slightly, motioning toward a large, cozy sitting room. "Your father will be well. Please, rest here for a while. The castle is yours to explore at your own pace. Nothing here will harm you." Beauty felt a wave of relief. She walked slowly into the sitting room, each step mindful, feeling the warm light spill over her. The room was filled with soft, golden illumination from flickering candles. Heavy velvet curtains draped the windows. And outside, the rain continued to fall, pattering gently against the glass like a lullaby. She took a seat on a soft, cushioned chair. Her breathing deepened, slow and steady, matching the calm rhythm of the rain outside. She could hear the subtle creak of wooden floors as the beast moved quietly around the room. And each sound only added to the serenity of the space. "Would you like some tea?" the beast asked, his tone soft, unhurried. "Yes, please," Beauty replied, her voice barely above a whisper. She felt safe, welcomed, and strangely calm, as if she had entered a world separate from time itself, where everything moved gently and slowly. As the tea was poured, the steam curled upward, mingling with the scent of candles. Beauty closed her eyes for a moment, inhaling deeply, feeling the warmth of the cup in her hands, and let the calm wash over her. Every worry from her journey and from the outside world seemed to melt away, leaving only a gentle sense of peace. After a while, the beast guided her through the castle. Every step was slow, deliberate, designed to allow her to absorb the beauty and tranquility of the place. Grand halls adorned with paintings, shelves lined with books, and softly glowing chandeliers filled each room with warmth. The rain outside continued to fall, a gentle, steady rhythm that accompanied every step. In the quiet of the castle, Beauty began to notice the small details, the way light reflected on polished floors, the gentle sway of the curtains, the faint scent of flowers in hidden corners. She felt herself relax more and more with each breath, letting the slow pace guide her into a calm, dreamlike state. And as the beast spoke softly about the history of the castle and the gardens beyond, Beauty listened carefully, her mind floating with the words, her body at ease. There was no hurry, no tension, only the steady heartbeat of the castle, the rhythmic rain, and the gentle presence of the beast, who seemed to embody the safety and serenity she felt in this magical place. By the time they returned to the sitting room, the rain had softened into a delicate drizzle. Beauty sank into the soft chair once again, feeling fully relaxed, her breathing slow and even. She knew that here, in this peaceful castle, she could let herself drift into the story, into the calm, and eventually into a deep, restful sleep. The days passed slowly in the castle, each one unfolding like a soft, gentle melody. Beauty began to explore the rooms and halls with quiet curiosity, always moving at her own unhurried pace. Every corner held small wonders, books with worn pages, delicate paintings, and hidden nooks where she could sit and breathe deeply, feeling the calm wrap around her like a warm blanket. The beast accompanied her, never rushing, always patient. He spoke softly, sharing stories about the castle's past, the gardens, and the quiet magic that seemed to linger in the air. Beauty listened attentively, her mind floating along with each word, letting the gentle cadence of his voice guide her thoughts into a tranquil rhythm. Together, they walked through the castle gardens, where the rain had left everything glistening and fresh. Tiny droplets clung to the petals of flowers, reflecting the soft light from the castle windows. Beauty inhaled slowly, the scent of wet earth and blooming flowers filling her senses. With each exhale, she released the lingering tension from her journey, letting the peace of the place settle deep inside her. The beast moved beside her with careful grace, never overbearing, always respectful of her space and comfort. They spoke of simple things, the color of the leaves in autumn, the gentle flow of water in the fountains, and the way sunlight danced on the wet stone paths when the rain ceased. Each conversation was slow, deliberate, and soothing, like a soft melody carrying him further into serenity. Beauty found herself laughing quietly at moments of shared amusement, her voice barely above a whisper, blending perfectly with the soft patter of rain on the garden roof. Each laugh, each smile, strengthened a growing connection, a quiet affection that did not rush or demand, but simply existed, calm and steady. In the evenings, they would sit near the fireplace, the flames flickering and casting warm shadows on the walls. Beauty wrapped herself in a soft shawl, sipping warm tea, while the beast told stories of faraway lands and quiet adventures. The sound of his voice, measured and kind, was like a gentle river flowing through her mind, easing her into a state of relaxation deeper than she had felt in a long time. Sometimes, they simply sat in silence, letting the gentle rhythm of the rain outside fill the room. Beauty focused on her breathing, slow inhale, gentle exhale, feeling the calm spread through her chest, arms, and legs. The castle seemed to breathe with them, every creak and whisper a lullaby guiding her toward serenity. As the days turned into nights, and nights into quiet dawns, Beauty began to realize something new stirring in her heart. The beast, once mysterious and distant, now felt like a comforting presence, a steady warmth that she could trust completely. And in the gentle pace of their time together, she discovered a deep sense of peace, not just in the castle, not just with the beast, but within herself. Every evening, as the rain continued its soft rhythm and the light of the fireplace danced, Beauty allowed herself to drift a little further into calmness, letting her heart open gently, slowly, like a flower unfolding at dawn. And in that space of safety and warmth, she knew that her journey through the castle, and through this story, was guiding her not just to the discovery of another, but to the discovery of serenity, comfort, and the gentle unfolding of affection. Over time, Beauty and the Beast grew more comfortable in each other's presence. Their conversations became softer, quieter, and more intimate, like whispers floating through the calm halls of the castle. Each word was chosen carefully, each glance gentle, and every gesture slow and deliberate, creating a sense of trust and warmth that wrapped around them both like a soft blanket. One evening, As the rain fell lightly outside, Beauty wandered into the library. The scent of old books and polished wood filled the air. The Beast followed quietly, sitting a little distance away, giving her the space to explore at her own pace. The silence between them was comforting, like a soft melody that allowed the mind to rest. Beauty ran her fingers over the spines of the books, feeling the texture of the worn covers, and inhaled slowly, exhaled gently, feeling a wave of calm wash over her. The Beast watched quietly, his presence steady and reassuring, like the slow pulse of a heartbeat guiding her toward serenity. They walked together through the castle gardens later that evening, the rain leaving sparkling droplets on every leaf and flower. The scent of wet earth and blooming petals filled the air, and each step they took was deliberate, slow, and unhurried. Beauty looked up at the Beast, noticing the gentle kindness in his eyes, the way he moved carefully to match her pace, never pushing, never rushing. A subtle warmth blossomed in her chest, a quiet recognition of something tender and new. She realized that the feeling she had for him was no longer just curiosity or comfort, but something deeper, a gentle affection that grew in silence, in shared moments, in the calmness of each day. As night fell, they returned to the sitting room by the fireplace. The light flickered softly, casting golden shadows across the walls. They sat together, but not too close, each absorbed in the peace of the evening. Beauty sipped her tea slowly, savoring the warmth, while the Beast spoke in a soft, steady voice about the stars, the forest, and the quiet magic of the castle. Their hearts were aligned with the slow rhythm of the rain outside. Each inhale, exhale, brought a deeper sense of connection, a gentle realization that they were not alone. And in that quiet, unhurried space, affection grew naturally, like a flower blooming under the first soft rays of sunlight. Beauty leaned back slightly, closing her eyes for a moment, letting the warmth of the room, the steady presence of the Beast, and the rhythmic patter of rain guide her mind into a calm, dreamlike state. The affection between them was gentle, steady, and unspoken, an understanding that everything here, in this magical castle, was safe, slow, and comforting. In these quiet moments, Beauty felt a serenity she had never known. Every worry, every tension, every fleeting fear from the outside world dissolved, leaving only the soft glow of trust, warmth, and the delicate blossoming of affection. And in that calm, rhythmic space, the story gently led her closer to the heart of the castle, and deeper into the unfolding magic of the night. As the nights passed gently, the bond between Beauty and the Beast deepened. Their days were filled with quiet exploration, soft conversations, and the gentle rhythm of shared moments. And then, one evening, as the rain fell in a soft, steady drizzle outside, something remarkable happened. The Beast, once mysterious and slightly intimidating in his appearance, began to transform, slowly, carefully, almost imperceptibly. The form he took became more familiar, more human. Beauty watched with soft wonder, her breath steady and calm, feeling no fear, only a deep sense of trust and serenity. When the transformation was complete, the Beast stood before her as a kind, gentle man, his eyes still holding the warmth and patience she had grown to know so well. Beauty's heart swelled with a quiet, peaceful joy. She smiled softly, feeling the full circle of their journey, from curiosity and uncertainty to comfort, understanding, and gentle affection. The castle, still wrapped in the soft sound of rain, felt more alive than ever, not in a loud, bustling way, but in a quiet, harmonious rhythm that matched the slow beat of their hearts. They walked through the halls together, their steps light and measured, savoring each gentle moment. That night, Beauty settled into a soft chair by the fireplace. The golden light flickered across the walls, mingling with the soothing sounds of rain. She closed her eyes, inhaled slowly, and exhaled gently, letting the warmth of the room, the presence of the man she had come to care for, and the rhythmic patter of rain lull her into complete relaxation. Every worry, every tension, every fleeting shadow of fear had melted away. She felt a profound sense of peace, as though the castle itself had embraced her and whispered, "All is well, rest now, sleep deeply." The gentle sounds of the rain outside continued, a soft, steady lullaby, guiding her thoughts into dreams. Her breathing slowed further, each inhale and exhale becoming a gentle wave, rocking her gently into calmness. The transformation of the beast mirrored the calm transformation within her own heart, a shift from unease to trust, from curiosity to affection, from wakefulness to the serenity of sleep. And so, in the quiet, warm embrace of the castle, with rain pattering softly outside, Beauty drifted fully into sleep. Her dreams were gentle, luminous, filled with soft lights, tranquil forests, and the comforting presence of the one who had become her friend, her companion, and her source of calm. The story had carried her here, through curiosity, gentle discovery, and slow-growing affection, into a place of rest, peace, and deep, restorative sleep. And in that moment, the castle, the rain, and the soft, warm heart of the beast all whispered together, "Sleep well. You are safe. You are at peace." And with that, the night held her gently, and all was calm.